I'm going to get straight into this. Yesterday night I received a bit of an odd email from an anonymous source who claims to have seen Google's upcoming smartphone, and they sent me something which could well be the future of Android. A quick thing though, what I'm about to show you is probably going to catch you completely off guard. It definitely caught me by surprise because it's such a departure from what everyone was expecting. Having said that, we do need to take this information with a bit of a pinch of salt because it's from an unverified source, but it does look very, very legitimate and could well be what we see on October the 4th. Anyway guys, if you do enjoy the video, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Let's now take a look at the phone. Okay, welcome to the Google Ultrapixel. Now, we're not exactly sure where this fits into Google's line of smartphones. This could be the name they use for the standard Pixel, this could be the name they use for the Pixel XL, or this could be a third smartphone entirely. But what it's going to do is going to completely blow your mind. So the first thing I have to show you is this photo. So it looks like it was taken in the Google offices, as you can see by the Google wallpaper on the computer in the background. Zooming into the screen on the laptop, and we can see the first slide of Google's presentation, and it says Ultrapixel, a phone made by Google. This is exactly in the right styling to the Pixel launch we saw last year, and it does look very Google. For someone to have spoofed this, it would have required quite a lot of effort, but also quite a lot of design talent. Now the first thing, this is one slim looking smartphone. Now of course we can't tell exact dimensions with a picture like this, but it gives a pretty good estimate. I would say somewhere between 7 and 8 millimeters, siding with the lower end of 7. The size of the bezel compared to last year's Pixel has pretty much been halved in size, and taking a look at the side bezels, I'd say it's even more significant. The screen looks pretty much edge to edge, but it's not curved around the edges. Now, this is where it gets really interesting because as well as that photo, I've been sent quite a few other clips and photos. This one in particular is very significant. So whilst it may look like a very shaky, not very useful little clip, if we pause right near the end of the video, zoom in on that display, it reveals something quite significant. The future of Android is fluid. And whilst to the uninitiated that's not really going to mean too much, there's more, because the same person who has sent these images and photos has also given a little bit more information. Since its very inception, Android has been controlled primarily by 3 commands: the back, the menu and the home. Well, not anymore. With the Ultrapixel, these are essentially disappearing. The entire phone is going to be controlled by gestures. So the phone will not come with any hardware keys or any software keys at all. So in a similar vein to what we've seen on the new iPhone X, Google is going in the same direction. And the more we think about it, the more it starts to make sense, because Android devices are increasing in screen size, and the way it works is this. You'll be holding a device with perhaps a 6-inch display, and you've got these 3 buttons squashed right at the corner of the device. And what that means is if you want to hold the phone any higher up, you can't really do that without using it in a two-handed way, because your thumb can't really stretch all the way to the bottom of the phone. Having said that, if all of these commands that were previously constrained to the bottom of your device were allowed to be operated by gestures, then not only is that going to free up more screen for more immersive viewing experiences, but it also means you can hold the phone wherever you want and still do all the commands you want to. With last year's Google Pixel, Google took material design on Android to the next level. They introduced a card-based operating system, which essentially means when you're performing actions on the phone, it's going to look and feel as if there's lots of pieces of paper sliding over each other. And of course, with their new smartphones, they're going to take this a step further. So this whole idea of being fluid might also hint towards the new animations and transitions they're going to integrate in their operating system. It gets better, because the same source has also said that as well as having a dual camera on the rear of the phone, we've also got a new kind of fingerprint scanner. Now to some people, when you read the phrase new kind of fingerprint scanner, it might imply that it's just a fingerprint scanner in a slightly different position. However, the way I'm reading it, and I think the way most people will read it, is this is a new technology entirely. And the only real step forward we could potentially see is if it's embedded within the display. And this would be revolutionary. We know the technology already exists, but no smartphone to date in a post-production model actually uses it. But it kind of makes sense, even though the technology is brand new, and some would say it seems pretty dicey that we could see it in a smartphone this side of 2018. If anyone's going to have it, it would be Google anyway. And of course, this ties back again with the whole idea of fluidity, of seamlessness, of creating one unified object where every action that you do just feels natural, it makes sense, it's well placed. Now really, this is just me brainstorming, but the way this leak sort of but not quite lines up with past things we've heard about Google's Pixel suggests this. It suggests in fact that Google is working on 3 smartphones, the Pixel 2, the Pixel 2 XL, and then the Ultrapixel, directly competing against the iPhone 8, the iPhone 8 Plus, and the iPhone 10 respectively. If this was true, this would mean the Ultrapixel is effectively the premium smartphone among the 3. It would mean that it has features that the other 2 don't, as well as a price tag to boot. One of the biggest rumours going around about Google's upcoming phones is that the Google Assistant is going to become more accessible. Google is apparently planning to introduce a squeeze functionality on the side of the phone which will activate Google Assistant. And again, this ties into fluidity. And so the point I'm trying to make here is that these leaks make a lot of sense. Whilst I can't confirm the source I've received it from, what we can say is that these not only fit with everything we've heard from in the past about the new Google phones, but they also fit with what we might expect from the future. As for the final specifications, we're not exactly sure, but we do have a lot of leaks and rumours that point us in the right direction. So if you are interested, I did recently make a video on the Pixel 2 and Pixel 2 XL latest rumours, so definitely check that out. Anyway guys, as I said earlier, it would mean so much to me if you could subscribe to the channel. With that being said, I'm Mr. Who's the Boss, and I'll catch you in the next one.